That's the note taker. So
It's cloud recording, so it's
ah,
automatically happening.
now it started. Okay, done.
Okay, ready? Good
Yeah.
evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guest. A warm welcome to the each and everyone to meeting number 261st meeting of Fellow Toastmaster Club. Put your virtual. Yeah.
Claps.
The mission of the mission of the Toastmaster Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning which the member are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skill with the greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before going to start our meeting, we have some ground rules. Number one, please make sure your internet connected properly and uninterrupted during the meeting. Please keep your microphone muted unless you are the active speaker. That helps to avoid the background noise. Please refrain from unmute. Feel free to use chat box, send your words, encouragement, feedback to the speaker. Now I would like to invite our club president, Toastmaster Abhidasha.
Thank you, SA Toastmaster Mahesh. I think this is the last online meeting for us. We got a new venue. So from next week onwards, we'll be going offline. So it's a great news for us. Soon
Yeah.
our VPPR Nandini will be sharing you the location. So this is the hot news for this week. Okay. With this, I'll start 261 meeting number 261 with a small story. A sage and a disciple were walking along to the forest for doing meditation. On the way, they came across a river where a woman is struggling. She doesn't know the swimming, so she's struggling in the water. So immediately the sage went and saved the woman, took the woman on his shoulder and came across the river. Then disciple and the sage walked to their forest for doing meditation. This disciple was very quiet for the past 2 days. And sage was like, why he's so quiet? And he asked, what happened to you? Are you not feeling well? I see that you are very quiet for the past 2 days. And this disciple, with little hesitation, he asked, Master, as we are practicing for becoming sage, how can we carry a woman? Is it not a sin? Sage said, it's not a sin. I saved the woman, I carry her in the shoulder, and I have, dropped in the coastal line. It's over. But you are the one carrying that incident for the past 2 days. So it means when you look at something, take it as what is needed. Don't overthink on that and get confused. So, as Toastmasters, we come here to learn something which is really needed for us. Instead of asking whether it will transform us, whether it will change us, you learn and the transformation will automatically happens. With us, with this, I would like to hand over the message. I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, our hero of Velo Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster John.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhidasha, for passing the stage on to me. Um, Hello, everybody. Good evening. I felt a little selfish sadness within me when you said this will be the last online meeting. I I wish to come to more Toastmasters meeting at Vellore. I will try and come there. Before starting, you all know the theme of the day is about table topics, but I would like to keep it as much as possible, not just about table topics, but about the mindset that we have towards going all over there. I would like all of you to take a pen and note this down in your notebook. This word is called circle of reality. Circle of reality, and whatever a picture of a rubber band looks like for you, just draw a rubber band near it. If you have a rubber band near you, take that rubber band and see how much you can stretch the rubber band. We all in our minds have different limits to which this rubber band can be stretched. Sometimes it is a little, sometimes you stretch it. Somebody else take the same rubber band and they'll stretch it as long as possible. Now, the thing is this, how much the rubber band can stretch is mostly dependent on what exactly we think. I'll tell you what exactly I mean by that, okay? When we go for a club level contest, we think that's the limit. If at all I go to area, I'm happy. Then our rubber band is only stretching that much. And that's the mindset I initially had. When we go to area, if at all I get at least second place and go after the division, I will be happy. Is the next level of rubber band that we can stretch for ourselves. We all know this example on mindset where this one player hit 1000 miles in 4 minutes, 3.3 minutes and 59 seconds. And in the next 10 months itself, 10 more people hit that record. Until then, everybody thought 4 minutes was the most difficult thing to do, or human beings can never do that. That is something that I wanted to get all of us to start with, not just with table topics or not just with contests, but generally in our life, saying how much is the circle of reality in us with respect to anything that is out there. Circle of reality with respect to finishing our pathways, circle of reality with respect to earning money, circle of reality with respect to doing business. What are we thinking and where exactly are we going? I'll talk more about this because in my journey of contesting in Toastmasters, it was 2 years and 4 terms. That means 2 ISC speeches, 2 table topic speeches, 2 evaluation speeches, and 2 humorous speeches. And all of these speeches, except one table topic, I got division level 3rd prize. The moment I go to the division, I think saying somehow district looks very, very dreamy. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think I will hit it. I will reach it. I go with that mindset and I get 3rd place. So the today's session is not more about the 1st place that I got in table topics district, but it's more about the 3rd places that I got in all of these things, in which one of the division level table topics, I did not even get a placement. Now, I will talk more about this because that is something that we can keep in mind. Circle of reality, circle of reality, circle of reality. We'll talk more about this. Welcome everybody to this meeting. Before we proceed further, I would like to quickly tell you all about the segments of Toastmasters Club. We will first have one segment of prepared speeches where people have prepared their amazing speeches. They are coming here to practice. Second, we have a section called table topics where all of us will be given topics and we will be asked to speak on that topic. Third segment where all of the things that are happening in the meeting, all of our speeches will be evaluated and feedback will be given, which we will use for us to become better speakers. Reminds me of what this next segment for ourselves. The general evaluator comes here with a team and make sure the meeting runs well, but more importantly, gives us a lot of tips on how we can become better at this. Without further ado, I would like to share the screen with Toastmaster Carolyn, who is the general evaluator for the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John, for that lovely introduction. A very good afternoon to all the fellow Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters to fellow Toastmasters Club. And really glad that this is going to be our online. And looking forward to see John Pradeep in person as much as possible. We'll miss you, John, though. And I would be the general evaluator for this meeting. And as the general evaluator, it is my privilege to introduce my amazing tag team, which is the timer, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. And I would be doing the R counter and grammarian role. So it's shared by me and Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. So I'd like to first call Toastmaster Veera Raghavan to read out the timer role and the timing for each of the speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Carolyn. Good afternoon, my dear fellow Toastmaster and guests. I am Toastmaster Veera Raghavan, and I'll be serving as the timer for today. They say lost time can never be found again. That's why time is very, very important. As the timer, my role is simple. I just have to monitor the time of each and every speaker who are speaking. But how do I do that? I'll do that by showing three color cards: green, yellow, and red. Now, for prepared speeches, the time limit is between 5 to 6 minutes. I'll show the green card at 5 minutes, which means you have reached the minimum qualifying time. At 6 minutes, the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, the red card. And then followed by that, we have the table topics. For table topics, the time limit is between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the green card, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow card, and at 2 minutes, the red card. And followed by that, we have the speech evaluation, for which the time limit is between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, the green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow card, and at 3 minutes, red card. We also have a grace period of 30 seconds, during which it is better to wrap up what you're trying to say and get to the point. Now, let us all be mindful and respectful of each other's time. With that, I'm handing back the control over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Carolyn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Sorry to interrupt. My prepared speech is timing is 10 to 15 minutes, so you will have to time
Got it.
accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
As the outcome for today, my role is very closely listen to all the filler speeches, filler words in the speeches, and take note of that. So to avoid that, I would recommend all of the prepared speakers, the tabletop speakers, and all the role players to take intentional pauses in between your speeches so that you would be able to avoid filler words. Secondly, as the grammarian, it's my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day today is, anybody knows? It was posted in our official group.
Roman Empire.
Great. So, Toastmaster Abhidasha, can you make a sentence with the word Roman Empire?
Whenever I look at my students, it's the Roman Empire for me.
Okay. All right. So, the word Roman Empire is connected to a topic, a memory, a person, an event, or an idea that you think about very often. And for most Toastmasters, our first speech in Toastmasters is our greatest Roman Empire. No? We keep thinking about the first time we've done something. And today I thought we'll also introduce the idiom of the day, kind of related to the word of the day, which is called etched in stone. So etched in stone is something that is relatively permanent, firmly established, unforgettable, and unlikely to change. So I would really encourage all of you to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day in your speeches. And as the grammarian, it's also my duty to very keenly observe the good usage of language and all the erroneous use of language as well. And I would come back at the end of the meeting to give the report. With this, I would like to give the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster John. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Carolyn, for establishing your role here as a general evaluator and your team's role. We are going into the first section of prepared speeches, and I'm looking forward to the speeches that are going to come our way. Toastmaster Maheshwaran is going to be speaking in some time. But before Toastmaster Maheshwaran, I would like to invite Toastmaster Veer Raghavan, who will be the evaluator for his speech, to introduce the speech purpose.
Thank you, Toastmaster John Pradeep. My target speaker, Toastmaster Maheshwaran, is attempting his Level 1 Project 4, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language under the pathway of engaging humor. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. This member has been chosen on to be evaluated only on vocal variety for their speech. With that, I wish the very best to my target speaker, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Veer Raghavan. Toastmaster Maheshwaran, this is amazing that you chose to be evaluated on the vocal variety, because that's something I think you will be working amazingly on. Hope this speech becomes your Roman Empire. Toastmaster Maheshwaran, are you ready? And are you able to see the timer?
I'm audible. Wait.
I think we'll have to, come a little closer.
Toastmaster Carolyn, yes.
Yes, Toastmaster Carolyn is the timer. Are you able to see her?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, your speech. I will announce the title and you can start with the speech. Toastmaster Maheshwaran, The Art of Being Silent. The Art of Being Silent, Toastmaster Maheshwaran.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Am I audible? Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Today, I'm going to talk about something simple yet powerful. Have you ever been sent a long, angry message to someone? You read it again and delete it. Yeah, okay. Congratulations. You are already been participate in the art of being silent. We were living in a world where everyone wants to speak. Social media asks your opinion, relative asks your opinion, friends ask your opinion. But being a silent is not easy. Yeah, I'll tell furtherly. Few months ago, I was at an argument with my friend. In the argument, I had a prepared fact, example, even I have a backup example too. For the first time, I'm going to argue with my friends. Then I was ready to win in the argument. I suddenly remember, not every argument needs a words. So I became a state silent. You know what happened? For the first time in my life, I don't argue with any words. I stayed silent. I become, you know what happened? For the first time in my life, I won the argument without saying a single word. Silence is often misunderstood. People think silent people are always shy or confused, even they are speakless. But the reality, silent people are not always become a silence. Silence is the biggest key. Nobody knows. When someone is trying to say something to you, you become a silent. Why? Because you want to learn first, then only you up to speak. In this, the funny side of silence. If someone is insulting you, your heart say, reply immediately. Your mind say, your brain say, use logical fact and reply. But reality, use logical fact and think about and whisper disappear. See, Toastmasters teaches public speaking. But in the reality, the great speaker are always a great listener. With this, over to TM Modi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahesh, for this very crisp and clear speech. Um, we will all take 1 minute of silence for the evaluator to collate their thoughts. Timer, please let me know when 1 minute elapses. Thank you, Timer. In a moment, we are going to be here listening to Toastmaster JST. And before I invite Toastmaster JST on stage, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Carolyn, to describe her speech purpose.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Today, Toastmaster is pursuing her level 3.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible. No.
Can you hear me now?
A little louder. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry for that. So today, Toastmaster is going to do her level 3 elective project under the pathway presentation mastery. So she would be talking to us about successful club climate, which is part of the successful club series. So it is a set of presentations where we learn how we all could contribute to a successful club by using unique skills and following certain standards. Timer, please note that the time for this project is 10 to 15 minutes. All the very best to Toastmaster JST. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Carolyn. I would like to quickly introduce Toastmaster JST before she does her speech here. She is a B2B digital marketing consultant who is helping B2B businesses to grow online through SEO-driven content strategies. She's also a published author and a mentor. She's guiding aspiring and emerging digital marketers to build thriving careers. Beyond that, she hosts a marketing podcast where she interviews experts from around the world, helping businesses and professionals make smarter marketing decisions. She's going to be talking on the topic of creating the best club climate. I take complete pleasure in introducing JST for this. Toastmaster JST, creating the best club climate. Creating the best club climate, Toastmaster JST.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, John. Is my screen visible? Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and guests. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt energized, welcomed, and ready to learn? Or conversely, have you ever walked into a meeting where the energy felt flat, the room was silent, and you couldn't wait for the clock to run out? For example, think back to your very first Toastmasters meeting. You were likely nervous, wondering if you would be forced to speak. What changed that? It was the climate, the smiles, the immediate handshakes, the applause. What separates a thriving club from a dying one is one critical factor: club climate. Today, as part of the successful club series, we are diving into how every single one of us, not just the executive committee, plays a pivotal role in creating the best club climate. Let's look at why this matters. Before I start, I would like everyone to pay close attention to the concepts I'll be sharing. At the end, there will be an engaging activity where you will apply what you have learned and answer questions based on today's session. Before I talk about climate specifically, let's look at the bigger picture. The Successful Club Series is a collection of presentations designed to address the quality of club meetings. It's not just an educational module to check off a pathway goal, it is a toolkit that helps every member learn, contribute, and maximize the overall value of our club. Think of our club like a high end restaurant. The educational program is the food, but the Successful Club Series ensures the kitchen runs safely, the service is excellent, the standards remain consistently high. When a club follows these standards, everyone wins. This series focuses on three core objectives. First, enhancing meeting quality. This means providing practical, actionable tips to ensure every meeting is purposeful and educational. For instance, instead of just running through roles passively, we learn how to make an evaluation genuinely insightful. Second, strengthening membership. We want to attract new faces, but more importantly, we want to retain the members we already have by onboarding them successfully. It takes a lot of effort to bring a guest through the door. If we don't onboard them properly, it's like pouring water into a leaking bucket. And third, supporting club officers. It gives our executive committee the tools they need to regularly evaluate our club health. In short, it keeps our club thriving. So, what exactly is a club climate? Simply put, it is the deciding factor for whether a guest decides to join and whether an existing member decides to stay active. Two main things affect this. First, the learning environment. Imagine this scenario. You stand up to give an emotional icebreaker speech, but people are whispering in the back. The room is freezing. Chairs are scattered, or there's a loud construction noise right outside the door. It completely derails your focus. We need a clean, organized, silent environment. Second, member interactions. Do people feel supported? For example, when a speaker freezes up during table topics, does the audience look away uncomfortably? Or do we nod encouragingly and give them a warm round of applause just for trying? A great climate ensures the room feels safe enough for people to take risks, fail forward, and grow. Now, creating this environment starts with personal accountability. We set a good example to show visitors we are professional, to show new members what right looks like, and to show experienced members our leadership skills. Think of it as a culture setting. Culture isn't written on a piece of paper. It's caught by watching how the senior members behave. If the veterans take the club seriously, the new members will too. Let's break down exactly how we do that. First, arrive prepared and on time. Aim for at least 5 minutes early. Wear your member pin or badge and have your educational materials ready. Second, offer to help. Don't just sit there checking your phone before the meeting starts. For example, if you see the sergeant at arms struggling to set up the club banner or arrange the name cards, step in and help. Afterward, stick around for 2 minutes to help pack them away. Third, volunteer for committee and officer roles. A successful club is a team sport. The burden shouldn't fall on just 2 or 3 officers. Finally, be supportive. An easy example of this: listen attentively. Put the phones completely away when someone is speaking. Applause warmly when speakers approach and leave the lectern. And congratulate everyone who participates. Now let's talk about guests. First impressions are critical. Many guests have never been to a Toastmasters meeting before and are usually nervous. They decide whether or not to return based entirely on how they feel in their first 60 minutes with us. Before the meeting, greet them warmly. Don't let a guest sit alone in the corner looking at their phone. Walk up, introduce yourself, and ask them, how did you hear about us? And what goals bring you here today? If they ask an operational question you can't answer, like how the pathway systems work, don't just say, I don't know. Instead, walk them over and say, let me introduce you to our VP of Education. After the meeting, follow up. Ask them how they enjoyed the session. Ask if they would like to come back next week and explicitly invite them to join. A warm welcome turns a stranger into a member. Once someone joins, our job isn't done. We must remain consistent in helping them learn. Step up and volunteer to be a mentor. For example, don't let a new member sit in the audience for 2 months without a role. Encourage them to give their icebreaker within their first 2 meetings and work with the VP to get them into minor roles like timer or our counter early on so they feel integrated. Don't forget our continuing long term members either. Show interest in their progress and support their ongoing goals. Be considerate. If you have a meeting role, prepare for it. If an emergency happens and you can't make it, give the PPE plenty of notice. Even before, even better, let them know when you are ready to fill a last minute vacancy. Lastly, give excellent, thoughtful evaluations based on the project's objectives. Recognize achievements publicly, like celebrating when someone finishes a level 1 pathway, and foster genuine camaraderie by being warm and friendly. To wrap up, a great club climate doesn't happen by accident. It requires regular intentional evaluation. When we enjoy each other's similarities, respect our differences, and operate as a cohesive team, our club will naturally thrive. Now, I want to pivot away from me talking and turn this into an open conversation with all of you. I want to ask you two honest questions. First, are guests welcomed warmly in our club? Think about the last few weeks. When a guest walks in, even in the virtual setup like this, do they get greeted with friendly faces or do they wait for someone to notice them? Please unmute yourself to share your views or drop it in the comments below. Is there any comments? I don't know. I can't see any. Please.
I think our club welcomes the guest, greet the guest in a warm way.
Okay. All right.
But maybe
Second,
it's virtual is new to us. Might be they are going unnoticed.
okay. Second, do we applaud generously and cheer with care for every single participant? Do we give the same high energy to a speaker who is struggling with their grammar as we do to our champion speaker? Do we?
Yes, yes. It's
All right. Looking at our current environment, where do you think we can improve? What are some areas where we can elevate our climate? Let me know if there are any improvements that you feel like based on whatever I shared during this club climate session. Do you feel anything? Not as of now? Okay. So, to make this more actionable, let's look at a comprehensive health checklist for our club. So we have a detailed checklist from Toastmasters International covering our meetings, our members' experiences, guest handling, club operations, and officer responsibilities. In this checklist, you will see only the key elements for this activity. Let's go through these categories together based on your experience and what we just discussed. Let's see how we score. If we meet the standard, we give it a tick. If we don't, then these are the areas we need to work on. So, for club meetings, are they well organized? Just you can say yes or no by unmuting yourself. Are club meetings well organized? Yes. Productive and run on time? Yes. Focused on educational goals? Yes. Exciting themes and table topics? Yes. Then member support. Effective evaluation given? Yes. Assignment reminders sent? Do we send reminders? Okay. Club newsletters provided? Is it? One is saying yes, one is saying no. I'll leave it like that now for now. Guest experience. Welcomed warmly? Yes. Informed about meeting and club? Yes. Asked to return or join? Yes. Feedbacks requested? Yes. Club operations. DCP used for planning? Do we have DCP thing? Exco team only can answer this. I am not sure about it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. New members oriented? Okay.
yes,
Mentors assigned promptly? Yes.
yes,
Member achievements displayed?
yes.
Okay. Club
Uh,
officers. Officer training attended? Officer training attended?
Yes. Yes, always.
yes,
Okay. Club officers. Okay. Roles fulfilled? Which roles is this? Okay.
yes,
Nodding. So I'm just taking dues submitted on time.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yes, yes.
Monthly officer meeting held?
yes, it happens.
All right. So there is only one I feel so, which is not showing here. Okay, so as you can see from our live tracker, we scored 18 out of the total 19 metrics, which is very good. So we can see how we can work on that one area. So maintaining the best club climate is a continuous journey, not a one-time destination. Every single meeting is a fresh opportunity to welcome someone new, support a peer who is stepping out of their comfort zone, and sharpen our leadership skills. Let's make a commitment today. Don't leave the climate up to the executive committee. Take responsibility for the energy in this room. Let's take the areas of improvements we identified today and actively work on them going forward. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, John.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster JST, for bringing this up and not missing a single point. I thought it was like a bullet point, clean from coming from a robot. It was so neatly presented. Thank you so much for that. I would like to share one small thought that came to my mind, and then leave for 1 minute break for the evaluator to collate her thoughts. Yesterday, I was at Keel Park YMCA Toastmasters Club, and there was a guest who came there. She came in front for the table topics. She was given a topic, had nothing to do with any of her emotions, but she cried on the stage and she blurted out and she spoke for a long time. The session got over, and then she came personally and she said, John, I don't know why, but I felt that this was a really good, safe space for me to share what is there in my mind. I felt all of these people were really, really safe to share. I'm because I am going through some very bad things in my life, and this place looks like a place I have to visit once a week to come and energize myself. And I thought that is an amazing way to create an effective, safe club climate for ourselves. We'll take a minute and give that 1 minute to the evaluator to collate her thoughts. And timer, please let me know when 1 minute elapses. Thank you so much, timer. We are going to be taking a 10-minute break. I'm going to leave the room silent. We can either mute and take coffee, tea for ourselves at home and rejuvenate, or we can also connect with the virtually connected people for some small talks. I will be pausing the recording for some time for us to connect beyond the meeting. Timer, please let me know when 10-minute elapses. Until then, we are pausing the recording.
Hi, I'm Dinesh. I'm coming from Vellore. I'm studying in Kingston Engineering College. Right now, currently, I am working from Publicis Sapient. I'm a QE engineer. Uh, yeah. Right now, my role is a QE role, testing role. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming, Dinesh. Hope it was easier for you to log in online. Next week onwards, we
Yeah.
will be visiting physically. The location
Yeah.
will be, you are part of the WhatsApp group, no?
Yeah, I'm a part of the WhatsApp group. Uh, Sanjay, next week also offline also mentioned. I will join 11:30 calls. Yeah, 9:30
Awesome.
sir,
Thank you so
11:30
much.
is mentioned. Yeah,
Yeah. Awesome. 9:30 to 11:30, yes. Awesome.
yeah,
Looking forward to seeing you in person, Dinesh. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Um, awesome. Mr. Gokul Raj, would you like to unmute to talk?
No, sir, nothing.
Done. Okay. Super.
Gokul already he had visited the club. He's
Oh,
already a
nice,
guest.
nice.
Yeah.
Right. Done. Thanks for
And
coming again.
we have our new member Vimal,
Oh, Wes,
Toastmaster Vimal.
I can't see him.
Oh, he was there
I think
for before
Hi,
break. Yeah.
good evening.
oh, he's here. He's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my small screen is not holding. Okay. Hi, Vimal. Welcome.
Hi,
Looking
John. Good
forward.
evening. Yes, thank
Good.
you. Thank you.
Yes, looking forward. Vimal was the one who came to our Discover,
Yeah,
no?
conference. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Vimal. Looking forward. Super. We'll begin. Nice. I would like to quickly start with the next one thing that worked for me in the last 2 years. Any speech that we create is for all of you. Toastmaster DTM Mohan Krishnan said this, and I keep saying this, repeating this everywhere I go. If whatever you are learning in Toastmasters is not helping you with your regular life, with your workplace and all of that, there is no use of being in Toastmasters. So I would say any speech that you create it in such a way that you will use the speech later on sometime in life. If you have a presentation in office that might happen next month, do a speech based on that in Toastmasters here. See what is working, what is not working, what evaluation you're getting, and keep building it. When an evaluator is giving you an evaluation, please don't just make a note of recommendations that they are saying, but make a note of all of the things that they said are awesome in your speech, because that is your strength. Take all of those things, use them again and again and again, and make sure you're using it in your future speeches. One very simple example that I have is anytime I do a speech, my evaluator will say it was very interactive. You made people to react and all of those things. I keep that as my superpower, and I say I will make people interact anytime that I speak. And then I keep doing that every single time. And surely when I started the table topics contest there, my fellow Toastmasters people would have said, thousandth time he's using the same interaction. But I kept doing that, and it came in as one weapon that I used in the contest itself, because I have done it multiple times. This is not lame work. This is how a lot of performances work. You all know stand-up comedian Alex, right? I worked very closely with the stand-up comedy fraternity for some time in life. For them to create 1 hour's performance, they will work for 1 to 2 years. They will create a 5-minute piece. They will go to something called an open mic that happens a lot in Chennai. They will speak there and make a note of what is working, what is not working. So, and they will say, okay, 5 minutes with nice laughters ready. Next, I will go to the next 5-minute piece. And that's how they work on it. Similarly, we should also, because many times only recommendation we make a note of. And then we say, oh, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this. But commendations, amazing things that you did in your speeches, we don't make a note of. You will have to make a note of that and do more of that. Repeat, 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 repeat until you get better at it. Not just with the speech, but with everything. Having said that, I would like to give the stage on to the bookmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhidasha. After a long time, we are doing bookmaster, and I'm looking forward to this. Abhidasha, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster John. Today, I'm the bookmaster. My book name is, can you all see the book? Yes. I'll read it out. This book won't teach you parenting, but it will make you a better parent. It's written by two people, Riri Trivedi and Anaga Nagpal. This Riri Trivedi is a psychotherapist, parenting coach, and a trainer. And this Anaga Nagpal is a science student turned educator. They both will not teach you parenting as it is written on this book cover. They will have activities where you will think, what can I do in that particular situation? So what as parents we do with children is, we tend to share our love, but also try to implement our thoughts on them. If I want to become a doctor, I force my child to become a doctor. That shouldn't happen. When a child is undergoing some shame, struggle, survival, all the socio-economic conditions are called mental parlance. So how to go through that when you are in a situation? For example, a child is very adamant to get a milkshake, where the parent is saying, the climate is cool, you should not take the milkshake. Will the child listen? No. I want it. So what these two authors are saying, parents should think of a situation where they were adamant in that situation. In which situation they were adamant? For example, one parent wants to become an advocate. When he or she was asking to their parents, I want to become an advocate, how adamant they wanted to be as an advocate. So the same as the child is doing when he or she wants the milkshake. So these both the authors saying, they don't give you solution in the book. They will ask you, what if you want to become an advocate, the same adamant the child is doing for milkshake. Wear that shoes, think how can you calm down that child. Instead of scolding or yelling or beating, you have to wear that child's shoes, why in this situation it wanted to have milkshake. So there are so many activities like this where parents has to change themselves, because we are in an era where children is going through the digital literacy. It's very difficult for the past generation parents to cope up with them. That's why poet Khalil Gibran had written, you may give them your love, but not make them like you. So every time when child is going through a shame or struggle or survival, please wear the child's shoes and think, how can we handle this situation? So with lot of activities in the book, it's given. I'll also share that book name in the official group so that go through it. If you are a parent or becoming a parent, this book will be very much useful. Even if you are dealing with children, this is a book where you learn a lot of things about parenting or becoming a good trainer as a parent. So this is what my book says. This book won't teach you parenting, but it will make you a better parent. With this, I would like to hand over this. I would like to share the screen with TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhidasha. I think this is an answer to what we are saying. If all the information are available on internet, why should I read a book? I think this book will become our companion trainer for us to reflect on and do it. Thank you so much for referring this book. Next, we are moving on to the table topics, the exact one that we are talking about. Before I hand over the stage onto the table topics master, I would like to quickly tell you about something that I keep in mind when I speak on table topics. Something that's a hook followed by a story. Keep telling the story until your timer is showing you the green card. As soon as they show the green card, shift to the conclusion part of it and finish with something that is slightly different or a punchline. That's my trick of how exactly I do this. In that, there is one thing that I'm recently been coining called the pink elephant. Something slightly different than the other table topics masters, the speakers. So people will remember saying, in 2 minutes, he thought about that thing and keep building on that. As simple as that. Don't want to overburden right now because as we are all getting ready with the table topics, we will all be talking. Don't worry about what I told you and all. Go with the flow. This place is a place for us to make mistakes, fumble, get those jittery butterflies in ourselves, and then finish the meeting, go back and think saying, apni panirkalamo, something like that. Without spoiling her job, I would like to pass the stage on to Toastmaster Kalaivani, who is going to be the table topics master for this evening. Toastmaster Kalaivani, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster John, and thank you for all the additional tips and tricks for this upcoming session. And in alignment with our theme, Lights, Action, Topic, Master. Today, most of the table topics will be aligned with lights, camera, and action, I believe. We'll see. Okay. Any volunteers, or shall I pick out the people? Okay. Toastmaster Carolyn. Toastmaster Carolyn, are you there? Okay. Have you ever overreacted to something small? How would you dramatize it like a movie scene? Have you ever overreacted to something small? How would you dramatize it like a movie scene?
Growing up, me and my cousin stayed with our grandparents for a while. I was around 2 years and she was around 1.3 years. And both of us were sent to our maternal grandparents to be looked after by our grandma and grandpa because both our moms were having their second child. And I remember that our parents used to every now and then send us toys through parcel. And when we used to get this, there was so much joy that we used to have in receiving these gifts from our parents. And whatever my mom sent, she would send two, and whatever her mom sent, also she would send two. Despite that, we used to have and fights. No, this is what my mom gave. This pillow is what my mom gave. This soft toy is what my mom gave. And we used to really fight. And I, being little older than her, I was really a bully. And I still remember we were given a cooking set. And I would tell her, Pearly, go buy tomatoes, go buy, whatever we needed for cooking. I would just keep chasing her. I would hold on to the cooking set while this little toddler was trotting about everywhere. And I somehow feel that, as we grow, we kind of laugh at all these, small joys that we've had in the past. And believe me, after some point of time, she became the drama queen. She became really, clever. And she used to, chase me around. As we grew together for at least 1 or 2 years, there were so many things that, we had to laugh about. And today, when we think about those days, it's, I think our first lights, camera, action begins as a child in our own homes, and all our relatives keep talking about the fun things that we did. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Caroline, for sharing that interesting perspective. Next, Toastmaster Abhidasha. If spotlight suddenly turned on you, what story do you share with the world? If spotlight suddenly turned on you, what story do you share with the world?
Okay. Last week, I went to a government school where we got a session for 11th and 12th standard students. We thought they are in 11th, 12th standard grade. They will be mature enough to know what is happening around the world. When we had the session, we realized that still there are families where they don't have access to the electricity. We are in a smart TV era. They don't have access to buy a TV. Still, there are families where they are struggling for one-time food. So, we wanted to bring those kids to know where the world is going now. So, it's kind of a thing where we think we did not improve ourselves. I did not get this after being in a comfortable life. But they don't know what is comfortable life. Still, when we ask them what is your aim, they are saying, I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to become a teacher. I wanted to become engineer. You know where they wanted to do that? I would like to take good marks in NEET. Though they have 7.5 percentage in JEE to enter easily from Tamil Nadu, they wanted to score more than 7.5. A student is answering 7.5 is not my aim. Scoring more from a government school is my aim. At last, she wants to become a doctor, but the score should be more than what is prescribed to her. She will get easily with 7.5 scoring. She's aiming for more than 9.5. Though they don't have proper food, no accessibility of electricity, the aim and the dream makes them to reach to the big level. So I wanted to spotlight this incident to the world. Still there are people struggling for one time of food. So this is what. Over to TM mode.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhidasha. Can we have Toastmaster John?
Yes. I think we can give chance to the other people that have been silent, if at all. But
And new member.
Okay. Can we have guest Dinesh?
Yeah.
If you could ever retake a scene in your own life, which one would it be? If you could ever retake a scene in your own life, which one would it be?
Retake. My college days is very good. No tensions. No. Now I'm working. Something you need to everyday life to work. We are doing work every day, same work. But the college days is different. Sir. Mostly friends. Just learning. Learning is mostly one subject we learn. After take rest, some happen. Nowadays, what happen? Continuous work tensions are coming. That reason college days is very good for me. Yeah.
Thank you, guest Dinesh.
Yeah.
And we have Toastmaster Maheshwaran.
Yeah.
What's the biggest plot twist you have experienced in your personal journey? What's the
Again,
plot twist you have experienced in your personal journey?
yeah, okay. I think so. Last year, November, I think so. When we friends going to college, that one guy said we have much more of attendance percentage, so we going to bunk our college. He said we was thinking like how we manage HOD. He was like, yeah, he is a representative. He said, yeah, I'll maintain it. Yeah, I can manage it. He said. So we trust him and we go to movie. What happened? We everyone bunk a college. So my HOD called to my representative. Why not everyone come to college? He was like, we were sitting in the movie. He called us. Where are you? And turn your video. Then we were everyone shocked. For the first time, I felt very twist in my life. We catch them by HOD. I got that embarrassing moment in my life recently. Over to table topic master.
It's an interesting story, Toastmaster Mageshwaran. Can we have a Toastmaster or guest Gokul Raj? Can we have guest Gokul Raj? Can we have guest Vimal?
Yes, ma'am.
Vimal is now
Yes, ma'am.
Toastmaster, ma'am.
Okay. If a scene from a movie directly influenced your life, what scene would that be? If a scene from your movie directly influenced your life, what scene would that be?
Yes, from my childhood, I like to view Rajinikanth's movie very much. I like his action, style, and everything. From his movie, if I have many choices, but you are asking only one movie, I will say a movie like Basha. From a auto driver, he has his past life like a don. I don't saying that in a bad manner. Like a don is not a rowdy, not like that. Uh, in that one scene will be available. He goes to a college for his sister's college seat confirmation. In that he tells like a flashback like uh, he has another face like that. In my personal life also, I like to have a flashback in my 60s or 70s. I like to tell to my grandchild like I lived a life like that. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Vimal. Can we have Toastmaster JST?
Yeah, sure.
If you could choose one movie genre to describe your life, what would it be? If you could choose one movie genre to describe your life, what would it be?
Thank you, Topic Master Kalaivani. Though I'm not a movie buff, but I would say I like more of biographies. So in future, if I have a successful life, I would prefer like having a biography on my life. So I learn from other movies like the transformation people had, the struggles people have faced, and learn from that. Because even when I watched any kind of movies, I try to see what I can learn from it, what messages I can get from it, which can be used in my life. So I feel that not a particular genre would I will go for, but any movie, even if it's a romantic movie or action movie or anything. Like, for example, romantic movie, we can learn like how we should be lovable to people in around us. In action movie, I can learn some self-defense kind of a thing. Like, if there are some challenges coming in my way, how should I protect myself or others? What challenges others are facing, especially women, when it comes to women's safety and stuff. So I learn from different movies and see how I can inculcate all those things into my life so that I can have a better life and also help others around me. Thank you. Back to you, topic master of the day, Kalaivani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayashree. Can we have Toastmaster John?
Yes.
If you turned one of your real life challenges into your movie's climax, what would that scene look like? If you turned one of your real life challenges into your movie's climax, what would that scene look like?
Okay. Movie's climax is usually something that is towards the end and everybody feels like, oh my God, finally I have accomplished this. Something that I have been fighting with and trying my best to do with respect to what my final climax should look like is to slow down my rate of speech. Every evaluator out there in Toastmasters is saying, John, slow down, slow down. So if at all, if there is a movie and that movie's climax is where I'm accomplishing what I'm doing, whatever the scene may be, the scene might be the city burning, the scene might be the hero and heroine getting together, the scene might be anything, but it will be in 4x slow motion movie scene. I don't bother if people don't understand it. I don't bother if people don't entertain it, but I want it to be as slow as possible. Like right now, I'm practicing this and I'm getting very, very frustrated because my rate of speech is never going slow, whatever I do. If I slow down my rate of speech, I am feeling bored of my own speeches also. So, in an imaginary world or in the real life, if at all this climax is achieved, it will be a slow-mo climax scene. Over to the table topics, Masti.
Wonderful, Toastmaster John. Can we have Toastmaster Veera Raghavan?
Sure, Toastmaster Kalavani. Please go ahead.
In what situation have you felt like a movie hero? In what situation have you felt like a movie hero?
Thank you for the topics, Toastmaster Kalavani. In what situation have I felt like a hero? Well, to tell the truth, I've never felt like a hero. I've always felt like a side character in someone else's movie and never the lead character in my own movie. It is always like I'm helping my friends to, for their love life, for their marriage life, but no one is helping me. I'm going on my own, whereas they are living happily. And I'm like, hey, where is my happy ending? Like, what the hell is happening to me? But regardless, I have come to a stage where I am like, whatever happens, let it be. I don't have to be the main character in my story. I can just go with the flow and enjoy my life as it is. It is at the end of the day, it is if being a side character is what makes me happy, I think I'd rather take it rather than being a main character who is always crying or going over drama or facing a tragedy. I believe being a side character and being happy is much more uh, pleasant and it keeps me grounded. Yeah. Thank you and over to you, Toastmaster Kalavan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. I'll hand over the stage back to Toastmaster John. Thank you for all the.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalavani, for this beautiful, beautiful topics. You opened one Pandora box of memories for all of us. Though I was not talking, I was actually answering every question that you were saying. And my memories went back right from my baby childhood times when I used to I ate garbage to my college days to everything. These beautiful, beautiful topics. Thank you so much. Before we move on to the next segment, I want to quickly tell you a little bit on the theme of what exactly this is. This is something that everybody says, but I want to stress it one more time. Practice makes it very, very perfect. Now, when I decided that I want to surely win any contest at the district level, I said I'm going to practice. And you know what I did? One determination that I took was to finish my pathway what come may within the year. For me to finish the pathway what come may within the year, I I counted that the number of Sundays that are there where I can speak in Velo Toastmasters Club was not enough. So I went off to the other clubs, became partial members at other clubs, and took so many speech slots. And I just kept talking. If it's not a prepared speech, then I took a role. If it's not a role, then I did TMOD or whatever. I kept doing multiple speeches in different places, like somebody running a race and finishing finally, like exactly the week before the discover or the deadline to submit assignment saying I have finished my pathway. Exactly the previous week, I was able to do that. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to practice, and this became a milestone. But there's one thing that is there with respect to practice. If you've noticed, athletes wake up early in the morning, run and practice. Bodybuilders work out throughout the day in the gym. Actually, it should be the other way around, no? Weak people should wake up early in the morning and practice to become better in their body. The lean people should go to gym and practice. But bodybuilders are already practicing extra. Athletes are already practicing extra. Public speaking, people that are good at public speaking are going out and practicing multiple times. Others are not doing this. Why would that be? I would like to circle back to the circle of reality and say, what exactly is your circle of reality? If you think you are the champion in that particular thing, you will spend extra time in that. Will I do the same with athletics and gym? No, because I think I'm not a great person with respect to athletics and gym. I am good at public speaking, so I'm practicing more of it. Same like that. Where exactly are you a champion? Where exactly do you think providing extra time, rehearsing extra, practicing extra will give you more leverage to make your circle of reality even more bigger than how much people are envisioning right now? Just keep that thought going. And in the meantime, I would like to pass the stage on to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Carolyn, who will tell us about how we are doing right now till now. Toastmaster Carolyn, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Now we're going into a very important section of our Toastmasters meeting, which is the general evaluation. So before we call the tag team, etc., we would like to have the speaker evaluators to come and give the evaluation for the respective speakers. So first, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Veeraraghavan to evaluate Toastmaster Maheshwaran's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Veeraraghavan.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Carolyn. My dear target speaker, Toastmaster Maheshwaran. Good afternoon. The art of being silent. A wonderful topic, and I was really expecting something on how to be more silent because, well, silence is golden. But let me start with what are the things that I loved about your speech. Despite this being an online meeting, you stood and delivered your speech. Kudos to you. Not everyone who is attending an online meeting would actually stand and deliver. And the next thing that I love is how you had a question in your speech. I believe you asked the audience whether you have sent a text to your friend and then deleted it. That I believe resonates with most of the audience. With these two good things, I would also suggest you a few recommendations. From the starting of the speech till the end, I felt like your hands were clasped for the majority of the speech. It kind of shows that you are nervous and you're not open. It kind of sometimes disrupts the audience thinking like, okay, maybe the speaker is a bit close. So kindly try to improve that. And the second point is I would urge you to prepare well for your speech. There were pauses, not pauses which kind of made the silence feel awkward and which showed that there might be a little more need of preparation. And also, one other thing I would suggest you is to add a story in your speech so that at least it can make it a bit more engaging. And coming to the objective of the speech, I am afraid that vocal variety has not been exhibited as per the requirement of the project. But yes, to summarize, I would say that I love that you stood and delivered and you had a question in your speech, but please improve the preparation of your speech and try to include more stories, because at the end of the day, as Toastmasters, we are here to say our stories, and that is how we get more connections and that is how we build connections. With those recommendations, I hope to see you on many more stages delivering powerful speeches. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Caroline.
Thank you so much to Dr. Arvind for doing that very, very insightful evaluation for Toastmaster Maheshwaran speech. Now it's time to evaluate Toastmaster Jayastri's speech today. So, Toastmaster Jayasri, congratulations. You have really done extremely well and you have utilized the online platform to do this particular project. This particular project, which requires a PPT presentation, I think is done best when it is in the online format because you're able to do it with ease when compared to there might be some hassles when it comes to an offline format, and you did it very, very brilliantly. So certain things that I really liked about your speech is you have put in a lot of preparation and you have gone through the material multiple times and you have encapsulated your knowledge into the slides, which were very crisp, very clear. And it's, you run through it, you would, ideas would really pop. So it was like really a very informative presentation. And during the course of your presentation, I liked the fact that you brought about the health, the health, evaluation. That is not something that most people who do this project do, and it was very interactive. That you were doing it along with the entire panel of Toastmasters. And I like the way when, two people were negating, one was affirming, one was negating. Though you were taking, you also were very mindful of the audience and you picked that up. That was really very, it shows that you're like really into this presentation and you're really invested in it. Now, the presentation went on very smooth. There were no hiccups, and it was like it's a more of a technical speech. Now, to make your already great speech even better, stories, stories, stories. No, those are the sticky elements that will make your speech unforgettable. And it would have been even better if you could have shared your own personal story on how you entered the club and how the club climate impacted you to make that informed consent to join that club. So that would have, added some more flavor and would have become, it would have connected us even better to the theme and to you as a presenter. So to sum it all up, you had a very good, you have researched very well on the topic that you were presenting, and your presentation was smooth and flawless. If you add a personal story, because you had about enough time, 10, 15 minutes time, so adding a personal story would have made it even better. So best wishes for your future projects. And over to me, the general evaluator. Now, going on to our general evaluation for today, it's time for us to call the tag team, and I would like to call upon Toastmaster Veera Raghavan to read out the timers report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Carolyn. In our prepared speech segment, Toastmaster Maheshwaran has taken a time of 2 minutes and 56 seconds. And our speaker 2, Toastmaster Jayasthi, has taken a time of 14 minutes and 6 seconds, which makes Toastmaster Jayasthi the only qualified speaker for today. Moving on to the table topics segment, I am happy to announce there are no time disqualification. Toastmaster Carolyn has taken 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Abhidasha has taken 2 minutes 23 seconds. Guest Dinesh has taken 48 seconds. Toastmaster Maheshwaran 1 minute 20 seconds. Guest Vimal 1 minute 15 seconds. Toastmaster Jayasthi 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster John 1 minute 25 seconds. And Toastmaster Veera, myself, I have taken 1 minute 15 seconds. Moving on to the bookmaster segment, Toastmaster Abhita Shah has taken a time of 3 minutes 58 seconds. And starting from the from the beginning of the meeting, the SAA has taken a time of 1 minute 20 seconds. The PO has taken a time of 3 minutes 28 seconds, whereas the Toastmaster of the day till now has taken a time of 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Moving on to the evaluation segment, I believe my time is with Toastmaster Carolyn. Apart from that, Toastmaster Carolyn has taken a time of 3 minutes 18 seconds for her evaluation speech. With that, I would conclude my timers report, and I am handing it back over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Carolyn. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. I think you have taken 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think you've taken that much time for your evaluation. And moving on to the R counter report, honestly speaking, I didn't see too much of awkward pauses, except for new people, especially the guest who came and spoke. There were, a bit of awkward pauses. And today, interestingly, I heard one Toastmaster begin the speech with "okay." So I thought that could be added to a long list of filler words where you begin a speech with an "okay." So generally, it is very important for us to practice thinking on our feet so that we'll be more crisp with what we speak. Sometimes it is very, very difficult. We do beat around the bush, even if we practice a lot. But with a lot of practice, definitely we would be able to avoid filler words and also crystallize our thoughts into beautiful presentation, so that wherever we go, we would be able to put forth our ideas without much of it'd be easy for the listener to hear. Moving on to the grammarian report, I think Toastmaster John, the Toastmaster of the day, and Toastmaster Abhida had used the word of the day. Apart from that, is there anyone else that I had missed? Toastmaster, yeah. So both of them had used the word of the day. And again, there were no, striking or very jarring mistakes in most of the presentations. But to up our game, to practice further, it's very important for us to keep listening to good quality news. So the British Broadcasting Corporation and some of the American channels also have very good news that is being read. And the more we consume native speakers spoken English, the better and the more flawless we will become. So it's very important for us to at least every day spend about 15 to 30 minutes every day in watching news channels that are having standard news with flawless English being spoken, not the YouTubers. There are some YouTubers who and podcasters who are doing very well, but it is always good to go for channels that are time tested, and it would help us to improve our grammar. Going on to the general evaluators report, our meeting sadly today started 5 minutes late. We started the meeting at 4:35. There was a delay. I would strongly urge that even though we are not going to have online meetings, it's difficult to organize an online meeting, and with the people dropping out in the last moment, it is a bit of a hassle for us. But being Toastmasters, and if we want to go globally and be recognized as as a club globally, then we have to also do online meetings every now and then, so that it would help us. It's not easy, right, for us to do the online meeting because we are so used to the offline meeting. So it's very important for us to practice this also once in a while, so that we would have the skills of doing an online presentation. So different people from across the globe can give us good evaluation and we can improve. The essay for today, I'm not very certain if the mission of Toastmasters was completely, or I'm very sorry, Mageshwaran, but I'm not very sure if the mission was clearly stated. So maybe in future, it's very important for us to, the mission of Toastmasters to be very clearly stated, so that the guests and new people who are joining will kind of understand what the vision and mission of Toastmasters is. And uh, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhidasha, started with a Kuti story, and she's very famous for that. And it was really very relatable, and the opening was very strong. And going on to the Toastmaster of the day, um, Toastmaster John always comes up with something, that is very powerful, that he leaves behind as a message. And today also, he was able to do that. It was really nice to listen to him. And my greatest takeaway is that he spoke about not the win, but all what led to the win. And there's so much of information, and there is so much of experience that Toastmaster John has been able to share. But somehow he looks like he's unwell. I hope you get better, Toastmaster John, because your usual enthusiasm and that sparkle in your eye was kind of missing today. So hope you get well soon. Moving on to our visiting Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. Thank you so much for impromptu taking up the role of timer. Because we know that sometimes you come prepared for one thing, and then suddenly there is something thrust upon you, and then you kind of really fumble. But you did it effortlessly, and thank you so much for saving the day by accepting to be the timer for today. And the bookmaster, Toastmaster Abhidasha, again, thank you for introducing a really meaningful book. And I'm also trying to see if I can get a hold of that book and go through it. Because for all of us, at some point of time, being relatable with the next generation is so very important. And we need to keep, learning new things, so that we will be able to become, better versions of ourselves. And the evaluator, again, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan, gave very positive feedback to Toastmaster Mageshwaran. And the paper topic master, Toastmaster Kalaivani, in line with the theme of today, she had taken so much of effort to take us back memory lane. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalaivani, for that effort and for helping. I think everybody in the room had a chance to speak. At least you had called on everybody. So thank you so much for that. And with that, I would like to wrap up the General Evaluators report, and looking forward to meeting everybody in person next week. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Carolyn. That was really, really good evaluation, and I think the online versus offline is building in us, and we're still holding that whole safe space for us to do it. Last but not the least part that helped me to get here, and I think this all of you can relate to. In our previous venue, there was a white chart paper called the vision board, and what is your vision for this year? This happened in the beginning of the June month. I think July we should start doing this in our new venue. And I very heroically went there and wrote saying district stage, and then my hand did not move to go winning. I said district stage contest participation. I wrote it as participation. And then first term happened. Humorous speech, division third prize. Evaluation speech, division third prize. I did not go to the district. Then I went and wrote one more thing there. Pathway completion. At least this I will complete. And then I completed pathway and reached district and won it. You know how the circle of reality works, no? This international speech contest that I prepared for, I thought my circle of reality was at least regional. I said, this is the best speech that I've created till now. It at least has to go till regional. And division, there was a mic mishap that happened and I could not deliver it to the fullest. And again, third place in division level. Now, what exactly does this vision board does to us? Vision board is a public announcement to people saying, hey, I'm going to do this. People are not maybe going to ask you, but every time people look at you, they're going to be like, you only wrote that, no. You only told us no that you're going to be doing. And that is something that gives us that energy to not leave, but just like pursue and do it. If we are struggling with anything and saying that is something that I want to do, but my circle of reality is just here. I want to do this. I want to pull my circle of reality, the rubber band, till I reach that goal. Give that rubber band to your friend and tell them saying, I'm working on this one. If I don't reach that, I will pay you 2,000 rupees. And when you know there's a repercussion, and it's your friend who will take all advantage to make that 2,000 rupees into it's passing the stage on to Master Abhidasha.
Am I audible? I'm getting the echo. Yes. And thank you, Toastmaster John. I agree with the general evaluator that the meeting started with less energy. But once you said, today we felt energy of John is little low, his circle of reality started stretching. I think the end, after the break, the energy was little high. And both the speakers did very well. Thank you for that. And Toastmaster Kalaivani, you spotlighted everyone with your topics. Yes, it's the last online session, and all the guests and new members, Toastmaster, they participated very well. And I would like to get few words from our guest, guest Dinesh, to share a few words about the session. How do you feel? How is the session? Guest Dinesh is available.
Yeah, available. Yeah, it's good section. I understand how run the Toastmaster, how one person evaluate everyone opportunity to speak also, table topic also giving. Yeah, it's good. Every section will improve for participating the new toaster or someone join the meeting also. You are guiding what plus and minus also you are telling. Um, for example, video on that time also behavior, what behavior and moves and also you are validating. Yeah, it's helpful for next speech also, next person, uh, reducing that mistakes for giving the anything you are speaking, some words are continuously speaking, okay, or something you are speaking, you are telling some continuously, next time we are reducing continuously. When I watch the For example, right now, what I'm thinking first, before speech, anything, first record my speech. I will understand what I mistake doing. Next, next time thinking when I watch the videos, someone's speech also, I understand little bit. I will next time. I will just I'm thinking it's very helpful for communication also. Yeah.
Thank you, guest Dinesh. Can we have guest Gokul Raj? Like which segment interested you more, or which segment you like the most? Guest Gokul Raj, I think. Okay. Let's have our new member Toastmaster Vimal to share few words about the session. Toastmaster Vimal.
This is my first session in online. It was very good. I like the way the meeting goes on, and I am experiencing first time how the meeting will go in a way, will go in a sequence of pattern, and I am seeing in the first time from in online, so I am experiencing many things, and I learning new things to my mind from all of you, and you people cultivating to read books, and these are all new things to me. I attended many meetings, and meeting will be like what is the purpose of the title, and they will conclude the meeting in a way from introduction and subject and conclusion. But here everyone is talking different topics, and I am getting more ideas and new words, and everything is different from different point of view. I am everyone my mindset is different, and I am learning new words, new things, and it is totally different for me, and I am keeping forward to learn more things. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vimal. Thank you so much for your words. And today, I would like to mention a special thanks to Toastmaster Veera Raghavan from TCS Maitreyi Club. He took up the role as an evaluator, and as our general evaluator mentioned, he also took up a impromptu role, which is he did it very well. Thank you, special thanks to Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. And we have come to a session. I think we have got the voting ballots. I hope everyone has voted. It's shared in official group and it's shared in guest group. Yes, I would like to request Toastmaster Veera Raghavan to share a few words about our club session.
Uh, Thank you, Toastmaster Abhidasha. This is, I believe, this is my first time coming to Velu Toastmaster Club's meeting. I The segment that I enjoyed the most was actually the book segment, because we usually do not have it in our club, and in our club, since it's a corporate club, everyone are in a hurry. If you would have noticed, because everything has to start on time, end on time, so that they can get back to work and continue with their day. But I felt like this book segment is something that can actually add value to everyone, regardless of whether they are Toastmaster or guest. So that is one key takeaway that I had in this meeting, and I enjoyed the meeting as a whole. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. And I have attended very few online clubs. Often I used to visit this TCS Maitreyi Club, because I get time only in that timing where these people are running the club. Yes, I think we have come to the end of the session. Toastmaster Mahesh, did we get the results?
Yeah, ma'am. Only 6% have been voted.
Oh,
Meeting attended more than 10.
I think, did you share in the guest group?
You can share it here in the Zoom chat also if at all they are not
Yeah.
part of the WhatsApp group.
And Toastmaster Carolyn had sent a message. If you don't switch on your camera, yes. So the beauty of Toastmaster is, please turn on your cameras. Oh, my camera is off. Please turn on your cameras while speaking. It's also kind of to remove your hesitation, and whatever words and your facial expression, gestures, all will be seen in the camera, so that it will be helpful for us to improve ourselves in every aspect, where our evaluators will be giving us feedback. So even guests, next time when you participate, please turn on your camera and try to speak out. Magesh, did we get the results?
Yeah, ma'am. 1 minute. I'm done.
Magesh?
Yeah, ma'am. I send it to you.
Yeah. Yes, it's time to announce the results. Best speaker, we'll start with best speaker. Toastmaster JSP. And best evaluator, Toastmaster Veera Raghavan. Best tag role player, Toastmaster Carolyn for grammarian and accountant. Best main role player, Toastmaster John Pradeep. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Women. Congratulations to everyone. And finally, we'll have heart emojis. Yes, we have come to an end of session number 261. Let's all have a group picture.
Turn the cameras on.
John
and
usually says,
Yeah.
turn on your cameras and with reactions.
And the reaction on the screen like this, if at all you can. Reaction with effect, it is called. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, and then we'll all go with reaction with an effect. Okay, ready? Everybody's ready? Okay, let's go. Reaction with an effect. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I think I have taken. Oh, I don't have my WhatsApp. Okay, I will share it in the WhatsApp. We will turn the recording off now. If anybody wants to sit chit chat, you can do, or if you want, we can leave the meeting also. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll meet